California woman brags about getting her full benefit amount of EBT for the month of November.
And I bet you your kids want to come to my house.
Well, it finally happened, and I'm kind of surprised that it took this long. But over on X, I have been shadow banned for basically talking about the same things that I talk about over here on YouTube. Now, over here on YouTube, we know that my channel has been throttled for years. Constantly, people are unsubscribed from my channel. Comments are deleted from my videos by the hundreds. People hit the like button and it doesn't work. I got literally tens of thousands of people who are supposed to get notifications when I put out videos. Most people don't get any notifications. Half of the people, more than half of the people who are subscribed to my channel, they don't know that I'm still putting out videos. They have to come here and check because my videos are not recommended. This is something I've been used to dealing with over here on YouTube, and we've been battling through it for years. Now over on X, they have completely nuked my reach from high hell. I got thousands of followers over there. They will only show my post to maybe 40, 50, 60 people at most. Because for whatever reason, they're terrified. And I'm not saying that I'm a big deal. I don't think they're terrified of me. I think they're terrified of the truth. And I just happen to be one of the people willing to speak the truth. As you guys know, I'm willing to say things that a lot of people are unwilling to say. And I've been one of the leading voices out here calling out a lot of the stuff that's been going on with the food stamps situation, the EBT wars, right? And for whatever reason, they don't want people talking about this. They don't want people shining a spotlight on the behavior of the people who are raking in these food stamps and EBT SNAP benefits. They don't want you guys to know that a lot of your money is going to ghetto, ratchet, unappreciative people who are half the time selling their food stamps to buy other things that don't really need food stamps, right? But I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. I don't think that I'm seeing this reaction from the powers that be. I don't think that this reaction, them shadow banning me and not sending people notifications about my videos, I don't think that this is necessarily just because they're trying to cover up a lot of this ghetto behavior that I've been talking about. I think it's because this rabbit hole runs really deep. This problem runs really deep. And right here on the surface, yeah, we got the EBT queens in their bonnets filming the ghetto videos that we've been reacting to. That's kind of surface level, because when you dig deeper, it's not just a bunch of ghetto ratchet people taking advantage of the system. There's politicians taking advantage of the system. There's corporations taking advantage of the system. Yeah, we can be mad at a lot of the overweight ghetto broads that are out here bragging about all the free food they're getting. But behind the scenes, politicians are lining their pockets with millions of dollars because of these programs. In fact, many people within the U.S. government, many politicians have acknowledged that they have no idea where all of this money goes. So we got politicians getting rich off of EBT money, and we got businesses, we got corporations raking in not millions, but billions of dollars in EBT money. Okay? And everyone knows, from the people who are scamming the system, from the fat women with the long nails and eyelashes that we see in these videos, all the way down to the CEOs of these corporations, everyone knows they're in on the gigantic food stamp scam, right? All of them are kind of in on it together as we, the hardworking American, honest people of this country, we get shat on constantly. We get spit on, we get trampled on. They take the money from us so they can make themselves richer, and they can give people who don't do anything with their lives free money, right? Well, I've been telling you that behind the scenes, there's some stuff going on. We know that people are starting to get kicked off of food stamps because of the TikTok videos they were putting out, bragging about how they were committing food stamps fraud. I've been telling you guys that there are investigations going on behind the scenes. Now, as far as I knew, there were minor investigations mainly into people who were, frauding the system. But there's been some real big shakeups. There's been some real big shakeups going on behind the scenes. Within big corporations, big businesses, grocery stores, you name it. In fact, quietly, out of nowhere, unexpectedly, the CEO of Walmart just stepped down. That's right. The CEO of Walmart, in the middle of the EBT wars, as all of this crazy stuff is going on, as they've announced that they're going to look into the SNAP benefits. And, a lot of people are going to be cut off. There's going to be you're going to have to do different things to qualify for food stamps. They're going to make it tougher to qualify for food stamps. They're looking into things, right? And as people are looking into things, as a lot of this corruption is coming to the light, the CEO of Walmart just decides, hey, I'm retiring now. I'm stepping down now. Now, isn't the timing of this very odd? Because if you know, you know. And if you know that Walmart benefits from food stamps more than, I think, anyone else. Walmart rakes in more food stamps money than I believe any other business or corporation there is. In fact, Walmart rakes in so much EBT money that they threatened that when people were no longer getting their food stamps, they threatened that they were going to raise prices for everyone because they would have to, because they're so used to just raking in all of this EBT money. And most of the people with food stamps, we saw the videos. When they were threatening to rob and loot, they were threatening Walmart. Walmart is like the main place they shop. And Walmart was the main place they were threatening to rob, loot, and steal from. And now we know there's some investigations going on behind the scenes. There's some digging going on. And now some of these CEOs and some of these bigwigs in these corporations, they're kind of getting scared. So the CEO, after being CEO for 10 years, not an old guy that's like on his deathbed or anything like that. I believe this guy is in like his mid-50s, just steps down. And no real warning signs before this happening. And Walmart's trying to make it out like, hey, there's nothing really to see here. But it's definitely a sign that there's going to be some hard times ahead. Hard times not only because of the food stamp situation, but maybe this guy's afraid that Walmart's going to become part of this investigation and the fact that they keep raking in all of the food stamps money. I don't know, but this guy's obviously worried about something, right? He's worried about something. Now, before I go any further, though, I want to hop into this article to find out a little bit more about this guy. Before I do that, though, I need you guys to simply hit that like button. It takes 1 second. Hell, maybe you will hit it, and YouTube will act as if you didn't. But you could at least try. Hit the like button, drop a comment below, share the video on social media, all of that good stuff. It would really be appreciated. Also, go follow me over on X or Twitter. Like I said, they're trying to shadow ban me over there. They're trying to stop my reach because they do not like the things that I say. So please make sure you go follow me over there. Now, with that being said, let's dive into this article. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon to retire after 10 years at the helm. Walmart CEO Doug McMillon is retiring from his position after more than 10 years running the massive retailer company, the company said on Friday. John Ferner, age 51, a longtime employee who rose through the ranks after starting as a store associate in 1993, will succeed him as president and chief executive on February 1st, 2026, Walmart said in a statement. McMillon, age 59, similarly, started his career at Walmart, the world's largest private employer, in 1984. Under his lead as CEO, the company invested in store associates, focused on its e-commerce business, and strengthened its supply chain. Shares in Walmart fell 2.8% pre-market. Walmart declined to comment on McMillan's reason for retiring. He will be speaking on the company's investor call next Thursday. Our family and board have stated many times that Doug was uniquely qualified to be CEO at the necessary time for Walmart, Greg Penner, chairman of Walmart, said in a statement. He leaves Walmart stronger, more innovative, and better aligned with our purposes to help people save money and live better. McMillan will remain on Walmart's board until the next annual shareholder meeting in June and will stay on as an advisor for Ferner through the end of the fiscal year of 2027. Ferner has been at Walmart for over 30 years, starting as an hourly associate for the retail chain. He has worked for the company in multiple countries, also serving as chief executive of Sam's Club US. His father was also an executive at the company. For the past 6 years, Ferner has run Walmart's US business, overseeing more than 4,600 stores and the company's largest operating segment. The company said it plans to announce Ferner's successor as CEO of Walmart US before the end of the fiscal year. So, the guy just randomly retires in the middle of the EBT wars, and Walmart is refusing to say why. And I think I know a couple of the reasons why. Well, for one, like I said, there's a lot of corruption going on with these government benefit programs. And places like Walmart seem to be the number one beneficiaries of all of the corruption that is going on within the SNAP programs and food stamps and what have you. So I think that may be one of the reasons. But also, I've pointed this out a lot in the past. We are moving towards a new day and age. And a lot of these CEOs, a lot of these big wigs, a lot of these prominent, powerful people who are in the public eye, a lot of them are going to be removing themselves from the public eye. Because moving forward, we're not idolizing celebrities and successful people in the way we once were. In fact, we're demonizing them now. And I'm not saying that I'm doing that or you're doing that, but the general public is. Remember what happened to the CEO of what was it, United Healthcare? The Luigi Mangione guy? You remember how everyone celebrated when he killed that CEO? We saw it on video and people celebrated. Well, other CEOs are taking notes. They understand that we are in a new day and age where people will celebrate if you get murdered in cold blood. And probably after seeing a month worth of videos of people saying, hey, we're going to kill Walmart employees. We're coming after Walmart. We're going to do this. The guy probably got freaked out. Is he freaked out that the ghetto ratchet bonnet wearing bimbos are going to come get him? No. He's freaked out that a white leftist will be radicalized by all of this stuff that we're seeing with food stamps, and that a white leftist will find him leaving a condo or walking down the street one day and will eliminate him. That's what he's scared of. So I think on one hand, I think he's scared of being wrapped up in all of the corruption and investigations that are coming. And on the other hand, I don't think he wants to be the face of Walmart, because a lot of people are soured with Walmart right now over the food stamps. And who knows, there may be another government shutdown next year or 6 months from now. It's probably coming again, right? I think we could all agree a government shutdown is coming again and people will no longer have food stamps again. It's going to happen again, and he doesn't want to be here when it does. So I think he's removing himself from a situation that he sees only getting worse moving forward, right? The timing of this is everything. And if you've been subbed to my channel, you know the number one thing that I preach to you guys when it comes to any news story: pay attention to the timing of this. He could have stepped down and retired 3 or 4 months ago. I wouldn't have thought anything of it. He could have retired 2 or 3 months from now. No. He's retiring in the middle of the EBT wars, as thousands of people are online claiming they're going to rob, loot Walmart and kill Walmart employees. He's retiring as the investigations are starting, looking into the corruption with the SNAP benefits. He's retiring as, moving forward, there's going to be a lot of economic challenges, period. So, I do think it has a lot to do with the EBT wars. And I don't think this is just a random decision. He just spontaneously woke up yesterday and was like, you know what, I'm stepping down as CEO. So, I guess we'll see how this plays out. Walmart refuses to say why. I think we know why. You let me know what you think, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. Like I said, go follow me over on X, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.